You're listening to The Signal Daily. Hi, I'm Shaurbari, your host for The Signal Daily podcast. This is the episode for 2nd June 2024. Today we recap the recent exit poll predictions as the country anticipates the results of one of India's most crucial Lok Sabha elections. And in the main story, we'll decode the biggest headache of India's e-commerce industry: orders that never reach customers. India's high-octane election season is nearly at an end. The seventh and the final phase of the world's biggest election has finally wrapped up, and numbers and predictions are pouring in from exit polls as we anticipate the results of one of the most crucial elections that the country has ever witnessed. It all boils down to two questions. Will the incumbent government return to power for the third time? And if so, with how much of a majority? The final counting of votes that will commence on the 6th of June will also determine how the market will react this week. Now, the magic number for the Lok Sabha elections is 272. That's how much you need to win the elections with a simple majority in the 543-strong assembly. And most of the exit polls have predicted a landslide victory for the Bharatiya Janata Party and its NDA alliance. India Today Axis My India is giving the NDA 361 to 401 seats. Do remember that in the last general elections of 2019, NDA had won 352 seats, with the BJP alone securing as many as 303 seats for itself, while its main opposition, the Congress, was reduced to 53 seats and its allies to 38. So this prediction is indicating an even better performance for the NDA despite its incumbency. Moving on, as per C-Voter, the NDA alliance is likely to finish the race with 353 to 383 seats, while the India alliance may win 152 to 182 seats. Next up, we have today's Chanakya, which has given the BJP the most positive prediction by far, with 385 to 415 seats. CNX is also predicting 371 to 401 seats for the BJP. Now, this remembers the milestone that the BJP has set its eyes on as well. One of the key election taglines from 2014, which was Ab Ki Baar Modi Sarkar, was revamped to Ab Ki Baar 400 Paar in the recent election campaigns. And if the BJP actually manages to do that, it'll be a historic win for the party and Modi on two counts. One is the fact that no Prime Minister since Jawaharlal Nehru has managed 3 terms, and second, only once in India's electoral history has any party crossed the 400 mark. And that was in 1984, when the Congress party won 414 seats out of the 541 seats following Indira Gandhi's assassination. Now, exit polls are not always correct. I mean, there are known instances of exit poll predictions going very wrong. But as of now, this seems to have calmed down the jittery stock market that has been witnessing a lot of volatility. We may see some of that optimism get reflected on Monday's opening trade, but the rest is up to the final outcome of the elections. For our second segment, we are going to bring you deep dives on stories from the world of technology, business, policy, and anything that leaves you with food for thought. Tell me something. How often do you shop online and get it on COD or cash on delivery? Actually, let me paint a scene for you, a hypothetical situation. So, imagine this, that a few moons ago, while mindlessly scrolling through Instagram's rabbit hole, an ad for a bracelet caught your eye. You clicked the link and you thought it was indeed pretty. So, with a tap, the bracelet found its way into your virtual cart and you promptly placed the order, opting for COD, that is cash on delivery. Now, who is keeping a tab on the delivery time, right? Sometimes it's 2 days, sometimes 5 or 7. So now days have drifted by and you are at a cafe lunching with your friends, swapping tales from the good old school days. Amid all that, your phone starts buzzing. You answer the call and on the other end is a delivery boy standing at your doorstep. And the worst part, there's nobody home. Now tell me something. Would you ditch your gang and race back home to receive that bracelet that you had ordered on an impulse? Now let me tell you what I would do. More likely than not, I would cancel the order because that bracelet is hardly a necessity and I can always order it another time. Plus, no cash lost, so no sweat, right? Now, this is actually a very common consumer behavior in India. In fact, it's a bigger menace than returns. According to the Economic Times, failed deliveries are estimated at 40 to 50% of overall shipments, while returns account for 5%. In industry parlance, orders that never reached customers are called RTO, or return to origin point. And there could be any number of reasons for failed deliveries. Sometimes it's a delivery problem, or the delivery person couldn't locate the address, or the timing of the delivery was incompatible with the customer. And often, a failed delivery is also the result of customers changing their minds while the shipment was in transit. And of course, without any doubt, failed deliveries eat into the margins of e-commerce giants and budding D2C startups alike. Let's do some maths. If a big platform akin to Amazon or Flipkart is making rupees 100 crores, then they'll likely spend rupees 10 crores on logistics. Now, all the orders that were never delivered added extra expenses. At that scale, if you could save even 5%, it would still be a great deal of money. But the problem is more acute for smaller startups. If 30% of their orders fail to deliver, naturally the bottom line also suffers. So then, what are businesses doing to fix this mess? Well, there is no hard and fast rule to avert failed deliveries, but you can try. And businesses are trying. The easiest way is to get rid of COD, but it can be counterintuitive in a market like India, where estimates suggest that about 60% of all orders are cash on delivery. Even if you pay online at your doorstep, it counts as COD. So the next best things that businesses can do is add safeguards to the COD option as per ET. And what are those safeguards? Well, for instance, leveraging extra charges on CODs while giving discounts on prepaid orders. Doing so to speak, locks in the customer's intent to buy. Some small brands manually also call the customer and ask for an OTP to confirm COD orders. While bigger ones like Amazon and Flipkart profile their customers, and the naughty ones are barred from the COD option. But all said and done, failed deliveries are part and parcel of doing commerce on the Indian internet. Businesses simply can't get rid of them entirely. Put too many restrictions and buyers will end up deserting your marketplace. After all, it's the freedom to return and even cancel orders that lures most customers to online shopping in the first place. If you like listening to The Signal Daily, please show some support. Rate us and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We'd love to hear what you have to say about this podcast. So feel free to shoot an email at hello@thesignal.co. This episode was researched, written and produced by me, Shorbari, and Anu. Edited by Venkat Anand. Mastered and mixed by Yash Hirbe. You can catch this podcast every morning on Spotify, Apple, Amazon Prime Music, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. We are thesignal.co on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter.